Are you ready to expand your life and reality? Join us for the next hour with Jamie Bates as she shares life-changing thoughts, techniques, and awarenesses to help you expand your reality.
Hello and welcome. I am Jamie Bates, consciousness facilitator and expander of realities. My mission with my radio show is to create greater awareness of what is possible and to expand you beyond the limitations of this reality. I'm grateful that you're joining me today. And this week I have a super special guest with me, Jen McKinney. Hi,
Hey!
Jen. I'm super grateful for Jen. Jen has really been inviting me into so much joy lately. Jen is a laughing and a joy facilitator, and Jen is really just a ray of sunshine in this world. So today we're going to share her booby rocks and her glitter biscuits. Because she really has so many things to share with us. So Jen has really been making the world laugh with her hilarious life stories and her seriously contagious laugh, which you guys are all going to hear today.
Thanks so much. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, I'm super stoked to have you.
Yeah.
So Jen has been doing mentoring and facilitating joys for others, probably like your whole life?
Yeah. I literally started laughing probably the minute I came out of the womb. I can remember my mom's saying to me, like when I would fall and get hurt, I would just start laughing hysterically. So like we had a big German Shepherd, and I would ride on him. And then when I'd fall off, I'd just be laughing hysterically. So
I love it.
yeah.
But you were a super fun kid. That's super cool.
I guess. I hope so.
That's super awesome.
Yeah. Except they never knew when I was actually hurt. You know what I mean? Like it hurt.
Yeah, I bet.
But I just would be laughing. It was probably just some sort of like wire crossed response or something.
Well, I know that you've been literally bringing joy to like so many people for so long. So it's just potentially maybe you were wired that way so you could just really be that, right?
You know what's funny too? I just remembered this, that my mom told me just a few years ago that when she was debating names for me, because I was born in 76 and Jenny was super popular, but she was actually going to name me Joy.
Oh, interesting.
Joy Jones. Oh, gross.
Yeah, because your maiden name is Jones, so
Yep.
maybe you just needed to be named after Jenny Jones for some reason.
I know. But Joy, it is funny though that she felt that inclination to name me Joy before I got here.
Yeah, definitely. She knew you were going to be
Yeah.
such a spark of joy in her life. That's
or
super
a hot
cool.
mess.
I think that you're a pretty good spark of joy.
Yeah.
And you volunteer to help others. I hear all the time about how you're volunteering to help those around you and mentor those, and that is so amazing. I love how you use that space of you to mentor others into having joy in their own life.
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. It's an actual, I love it because it's a very easy connection tool. So I don't have to know anything about anybody, but if I can make them laugh, oh, I just got chills all over. If I can make them laugh, we're already connected. And so that's what makes it super fun. So we have this amazing program by where I live. It's we have a middle school. Well, when school was in session, the middle school, they have a mentor/lunch buddy program where they pair you up with a student who has kind of like a rough life, and you go have lunch with them once a week. And the fun part is like trying to break through, because a lot of times I get put with students that are shy or won't open up. So most of the time they don't even talk. This is my second year doing it. The student I had last year, I think she had a rough life. I think she just lied all the time, which I mean, that was fine because I don't know if she's telling me the truth or not because I didn't know anything about her. But the one thing is, I showed up each week and we laughed, and I saw the boys at the table mix like their chocolate milk and ketchup, and that was disgusting. And that is not funny. Uh, it's funny trying not to get sick when you see that. But that's gross. That was like, oh yeah, I remember now. Oh gosh. Oh yeah, middle
Remembered
school
why
boys.
you were shy in middle school?
Yeah, I remember why I didn't hang out at the boys' table. But yeah, this year I have a little student. She's her parents are not in the picture, and she lives with her grandma and her and her two brothers, and so she didn't say very much. And I think she's 10 or 11.
But giving you that space to just go and add some joy to her life, like how amazing.
Yeah.
That's super
Yeah,
cool.
just so cute. I love it. And it's really, it's any age, it's anybody, and so that's why anytime I meet anyone and I'm already laughing and then they're like, oh, here, Jen's here. Yep, she's here. Like, we don't, or if they don't know I'm there, they can hear me and they know I'm there. Yeah. So I just love that connection.
Well, thank you for doing that. That's really amazing to use that and be able to reach out to the community and, help those that maybe don't have joy in their life. That's super awesome.
Yeah, especially now.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. So today, if you haven't figured it out, we're going to talk to Jen about the power of laughter, really kind of maybe the benefits of laughter, adding laughter to your life, and we're going to do a laughing meditation with you, which is super exciting. She's been doing these Facebook Live, which is super cool. Well, you've been doing them twice a week now, right?
Yeah. Yep. Tuesday at 11 and Fridays at 2:30.
That's awesome. And so tell us more about, we'll get into the laughing meditation. So let's start with, let's really just talk about like the power of laughter.
Sure. So one, the main part, like I just talked about, is connection. It's free, it's easy. And the benefits really are, it really relaxes like your whole body. I found an article online that actually said that it'll leave your muscles relaxed up to 45 minutes after you've laughed. I know that I have literally laughed so hard, I thought I was having an aneurysm. I'm pretty sure. Another huge benefit,
I don't know if that would be a benefit, but
I think if I'm going out that way, that would be all right, But but another awesome benefit is that it boosts the immune system, which especially right now,
definitely.
I feel like we all need that immune boost. It helps raise your vibration. Another awesome thing, it helps trigger the release of endorphins, which is your feel-good chemicals. That's the one thing is like I've never had to put anything into my body that was either drugs or alcohol, because anytime I was at a party, I was still the loudest one there, and it didn't matter because everybody thought I was already on something. So I got a free pass because they already thought I was blown out.
Bonus.
Yeah. I did read one study. It said it may help you live longer, which that's funny. I tell people I'm like 122 years old, so that works out pretty good.
Definitely. It must really keep you young too, because you look very, very, like you have a very young face.
Yeah, thanks. I do get that a lot. And I don't know if it's like a energy thing, or I don't know. I just don't have time to grow up, like to take things just too serious, like there are serious things. And I mean, I do have to have a shush time, but for the most part, I mean, like I'm like an 80-20 mix, like 80% laughing all the time. But,
yeah, definitely.
I feel like I should be in the negative amount of pounds though, because I did read that it burns calories, that's sad because I don't know. Maybe I would be like 600 pounds though if I didn't laugh. So I don't know.
It's helping you out that way, huh?
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely.
But that was really the main things that I found that were the main benefits. Obviously, like taking a serious situation, there's times where I've been at, say a funeral, and I know people that will like seek me out because I can find the humor, and funny stories of that person, or, but at the same time, people think it's rude. So,
Yeah, and let's talk about that for a minute, because I
yeah.
know that me and you have had several conversations, because laughter is one of those things where some people perceive laughter differently, right? Like
Hmm.
for you, it's like laughing is all just about having the joy in the moment, where I know for some people, especially if you experience like as a child, if your parents laughed at you a lot, made fun of
Sure.
you, were sarcastic, laughing can be perceived as something that is painful, that it's maybe geared towards you or directed at you, or
Right.
feels, makes you feel bad about yourself when you hear someone laugh.
Yeah. Could
Uh,
be like a shame trigger of some sort, for sure.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
definitely. And even and that's where I think where people react in like an anger
Yeah.
situation when they hear laughter, is because somewhere in their system it's triggering these like old memories and making them feel shameful about
Sure.
themselves, or bad about something in their own life, or maybe they're reliving like an old emotional trigger. So yeah, there's a lot of energy on that for sure. So
Yeah.
let's just kind of maybe just like vortex some of the space on that, because
Sure.
I do totally, totally get how people can perceive that. And, me and you actually talked one day, because I was saying that, like I have one of my daughters who is extremely sensitive. I think, all my kids are extremely sensitive, but my one daughter is extremely sensitive to other people's feelings getting
Hmm.
hurt. And she tends to gravitate towards the kids that get made fun of, and that people don't really like, or that are the weirder ones, I would say. Oftentimes, she finds herself in situations where she's defending other children from getting their feelings hurt. And laughter is kind of one of those things that I think she internalizes as like even kind of puts her in like protective mode,
Sure.
because she does like to protect others from getting their feelings hurt. And I think growing up in school and watching kids laugh at some of the kids that maybe were not as privileged, or had learning disabilities. Her big thing's always been like she's always been like a peer pro, or like a peer friend, where she's always like shown up for the kids that have learning disabilities, and people would make fun of them, and it would
Yeah.
really trigger lots of things in her about laughter, and how laughter means that if someone else is laughing, it's at someone else's expense,
Right.
right?
Yeah. It
So
can't just be for the sake of laughing.
yeah. And
Yeah.
I think a lot of people have that kind of that stored perception of laughter, that, if someone is laughing at something, it's at the expense of others. So anywhere that
Right.
maybe you're storing that information as real and true for you, and that like laughter just can't be something that, you do or just comes naturally or easy. It always has to be against someone else. Let's just pull
Hmm.
that all the way through. And all the way through, 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 and all the way through. Everything, all of that is, can we just choose to remove all of that from all of universes? And can we just choose that now?
Choose that now.
Zebra, 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 zebra. And I know that like you've been really showing up and doing these Facebook lives, and I know that people are like, "What are you laughing at?" Especially when you're doing these laughing
Yeah.
meditations, because they don't
Yeah.
understand like why somebody would just laugh, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I know, like, so tell us just a second about like what the premise of the laughing meditation kind of is.
Yeah. So laughing meditation is it's really just a technique where you can have a conscious practice of using laughter to really just release your stress, and it allows you to drop deeper into an inner silence and stillness. Even though you're making noise, it gives you really a glimpse for you to it gives you freedom from your mind, because that's what meditation is. So meditation is just taking, silencing your thought process, and when you're totally laughing, you are free of the mind. So that's why which it sounds kind of backwards, like laughing meditation. It sounds like it should be quiet, but it just means it's taking away from your thought process right now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so the point is, like, if you have to think of something funny to get started, then you can do that. But you don't want to stay with that thought the whole time. If you have to be able to laugh the whole time, that's okay. Just don't judge it, and then eventually, when you are laughing just for the sake of laughing, that's really the meditation part.
Awesome. I want to kind of expand on that thought because
Yeah.
I feel like laughing just for the sake of laughing, I feel like that has a lot of like charge for people. Like it has a weird energy of like I can perceive of like or maybe it's not allowed for you to laugh just for the sake of laughing. I mean, how many of us, even as we were children, right? Our parents said,
Hmm.
"What are you laughing at? Stop laughing," or
Yeah.
made you wrong for laughing. Let's just kind of pull
Sure.
that through and let's just release that for every single one of us. Pull that through and release that. Pull that through and release that. Because as children, don't we have so much joy? And I know we were like so little of our joy were we actually allowed to access. I think for most of us, your mom must have really embraced your joy and let you have your joy. I feel like for you to still be in this place of still being able to really connect to joy on such a grand scale, um, must not have. I'm sure there was times where your mom was like, please stop
Yeah,
laughing
please
already.
stop laughing. Yeah. Well, and a lot of times, like, I would think things were funny, that were, it's because how I was perceiving it, so
Yeah.
um a lot of times, and it wasn't at anyone else's expense, it was just how I was receiving the information.
Yeah.
And then, she was trying not to laugh at me laughing because she thought it was, not appropriate, but um yeah, they did a great job, with me growing up. I was outside a lot, so I could just laugh out there all the time, and be loud. But once I got a little bit older, it's kind of hard because people are like, hey, shush, shush, don't be laughing, you can't be laughing that loud, like, shush, everybody's looking at us. That was really, I think it probably embarrassed my dad a little bit more, because when you are laughing and you're laughing loud, either people are looking at you to see what is funny and what are you laughing at, or they're sometimes they would be laughing, but most of the time, no.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and
Especially at restaurants. I don't know what it is
even
about restaurants and food, but people, there's, I don't know.
Well, and I think it goes back to even it's a trigger for people.
Yeah.
I really think that sometimes, especially in public situations, it can be a trigger for people. They think that, okay, if they're
Sure.
whatever, what am I looking for here? The word. I don't know why I can't think of it.
Conscious.
Self-conscious, yes.
Yeah, I was like, the
Um,
one word.
Duh. Hello, come back. They're self-conscious about maybe something they're wearing or
Sure.
they and all of a sudden they hear someone laughing, they can easily
Right.
perceive that you are being rude,
Yeah.
right? Or you are, all of those points of views that people have about what laughing means to them, right? Such
Well,
an
it is.
interesting thing to look at.
Yeah, for sure. A lot of times, if there are times where, like, say I'm reading a menu, or just thinking about something and I'm not laughing, um, the group I'm with usually thinks something's wrong, or once I start to listen, like, say I've laughed and then I stopped, and I can hear people around us. A lot of them, the perception is, oh, she needs attention. Um, a lot of them say that, or a lot of them will give us like real snide looks, remarks. Some have actually, confronted me. Some have actually left and moved tables, and
Isn't that
um,
interesting how
yeah,
laughter brings up that type of experience for other people?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, let's
But
just pull that through for a hot second.
yeah,
Yeah. I think it's something that we all really need to really look at here. Like, what does laughter really bring up for you, and what feelings? Because especially when we do this laughing meditation,
hmm,
all we're doing is laughing, right? So we're not like pointing it even at one specific thing. And so, if when you hear laughter, really paying attention to what it triggers inside of you.
right.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Were you going to say something?
Oh no.
Okay, I'm just going to pull that energy through.
Okay.
It's definitely really interesting how people will perceive other people's joy as
Yeah.
being a wrongness of them for some way, shape, or form.
Right.
Ooh, that definitely has an interesting energy. So where is everywhere that where you're not allowed to have joy? I'm just gonna pull that all the way through, all the way through, all the way through. I feel like your joy is very it's like a unadulterated, like a throw everything to the wind and just laugh joy. And I feel like
Mm-hmm.
you can access that in a way that I feel like most people really can't.
Yeah.
And I have to say, listening to your laughing meditations the last couple of weeks, it's like it really is unlocking something in my own body, like the frequency that you get to, and the joy that comes out inside of you when you laugh.
Mm-hmm.
If people can receive that, right? And
Yeah.
there's that piece of it. If people can receive that type of joy, it can really truly, I feel like you can really truly shift someone's life just by allowing that space of you and your laughter to just really flow through them without internalizing it as bad or wrong, or internalizing it as any type of meaning of
Right.
anything, just allowing that joy to flow through. I'm just going to pull that through. So that'll be super cool to do that today live,
Mm-hmm.
and let people experience your joy. And like you said at the beginning of the show, right now is such an important kind of time to be really boosting our immune systems and adding the joy. I didn't see the date at the beginning, but today is actually April 15th, 2020. And we're right in the middle of all of this coronavirus stuff, and all of these shifts and changes and frequency upgrades are going on. And what a better time to be integrating joy into your day and into your life, with just that pure frequency that you do.
Mm-hmm.
So awesome. I'm just going to pull any of that through right there. And also, I would like to give you a moment to maybe when we come back from break, we'll give Jen a little bit of time to maybe just do a couple jokes or two about some of the things that she's been kind of talking about in her own. You've been doing comedy, which
Yeah.
is super exciting.
Uh-huh.
And so maybe we'll give you a little bit of time to do a little bit of share a couple of your jokes that you do, and
Okay.
do a laughing meditation, inviting us all into that frequency of joy, really allowing yourself to perceive what comes up for you when you hear laughter, and how that feels for you, and how you can maybe just allow yourself to perceive that to be able to change it.
Mm-hmm.
So let's take a quick break, and when we come back, we are going to give Jen some space to talk and do her laughing meditation, and we will be right back.
The Consciousness Playground is a membership community to support you in living a conscious and aware life. Each month, members receive life and reality-changing concepts. It also includes member-only content and a VIP Facebook group to ask questions and connect with like-minded individuals. The Consciousness Playground currently has instant access to over 150 hours of life-changing audios and exclusive programs, with more added each month. Each and every month has a theme and includes audios and live calls around that topic. This playground has audios worth over $1,500 that you can access all at once. Come learn, grow, expand, and create something different in your life today.
And we're back. And so we have Jen McKinney with us. And today, Jen is going to share some stuff. Now, Jen does have a podcast of herself called So Much Genergy. She has a website, somuchgenergy.com. And Jen is going to give us a comedy snippet, or some snippets, I should say, and lead us into her laughing meditation today. So we're going to go ahead and let Jen go ahead and... Go ahead, and it's your turn.
Yeah, thanks. All right, thanks everybody for coming out. put those fly strips out in the garage, right? Which is funny because I've never even seen a fly wear clothes. So stupid. But those things are like super glue strips with the tongue, right? And they grab everything but the flies, like moths, my mom's wig,
Oh no.
cats. I mean, can you even imagine, like, hey, where's Snickers? Then you find her up on up on there and have to pull her down. Is that considered waxing your kitty? Wow! I just did a high kick there. You couldn't see me. So I went to hip hop workout a few weeks ago, and I wore a sports bra that zips in the front. I don't know who thought that was a good idea, because during a jumping jack, those things blew out of there like 2 blown out airbags in a car accident. Not only that, I keep rocks in my bra. It keeps bad juju off. Now I have shot Lurleen in the kidney. She's just trying to get healthy, and now she's in the hospital because of some booby rocks. And then at this time, I would take a moment of silence for Lurleen's kidneys. Oh, and then our chest being filled with 2 different sizes is like a sick joke, right? Like, you'd think bra manufacturers would have caught on to this by now. They could make an AB bra, and they could call it the honor roll bra.
Oh no.
It's kind of depressing though, right? So this is also depressing, a super hot OBGYN. Well, I have found out that when I go to the doctor and I get nervous, you know, because you're there, it's uncomfortable. But when he puts a clamp in and I start laughing, it will shoot out and bust Mr. Hot OBGYN right in the mouth. And now he's hot with missing teeth. So I'm telling my friend about this. She said, girl, listen to what happened to me. I said, okay. She says she's running late. She runs home from work, grabs a little washcloth, cleans her pits and her biscuit, right? Her downstairs. So she runs off to the doctor, gets there, and he's like, oh, wow, you really spiced it up for me. Well, she didn't know what that meant. Till she got home and realized she had used the kids' craft cleanup cloth and it had glitter on it.
She had a glitter biscuit.
She had glittered that biscuit. So to commemorate that event, I made some glittered biscuit soap. Bring to my shows.
Awesome.
Yeah, good time. So that was a little sample. But yeah, I love doing stand-up comedy. It cracks me up when like crabby people come to comedy shows and like they're mad and their arms are crossed. I mean, that makes me laugh even harder. I don't know how somebody comes to a comedy show and is mad. You know what I mean?
Definitely. They don't want to receive your joy.
No. And I try to bust right through there. But sometimes it's hard. I mean, sometimes you got to get through that mullet, but you can't. It happens. All right, Toots. So you want to do a 4-minute laughing meditation?
Yeah. So explain to us how this works.
Yeah. So through laughing meditation, what I'll do is we're going to do like 3 deep breaths. So, you know, in through your nose, out through your mouth. And that's really just to kind of get you centered and into your body and make sure that you're ready. And then it's literally just laughing for 4 minutes. And then that's really it. Yeah, like I said, you can fake laugh because your body won't know the difference between real laughing and your fake laugh. I will. So that's what makes me laugh even harder, but I will laugh the whole time. Normally in like a classroom setting, this would look like all of us would sit in a circle, shoulder to shoulder facing out. So you don't have to, you know, make eye contact with anybody because then it's just weird. but you would be facing out, and then you would all just be laughing and hearing each other laugh, which kind of helps bring that whole vibe and energy and the vibration up. So here we just have to do it all separate, and then, that's okay too. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Okay, so we will do 3 deep breaths. So
Okay, well, can I just stop you for
Yeah.
1 second? Because I'm
Yeah.
wondering, I feel like I'm probably going to put myself on mute because I feel like there's something about the vibration of your laughter in particular that really, really just adds and heals and shifts. So,
Okay.
so I'll mute myself so then I'm not, because just even hearing you laugh is just like,
Yeah.
it's already making me think about laughing, just hearing you laugh.
Yeah.
So I'll mute myself so then they can just really hear like your
Okay.
laughter, if
So
that's okay.
yeah, and before we do the breath, just make sure too, like if you have to fake laugh, like I said, and it is funny, like to fake laugh, if you're like ha ha ha, that's okay, because like, or if you just think my laugh is funny, just laugh at my laugh, because then it just helps.
No, it totally does help.
Yeah.
It helps a lot.
Yeah.
All
And if
right.
my microphone cuts out and you think there's no sound, it's because I am laughing, but there's nothing coming out of my mouth. So
All right.
Yeah.
I'm
So-
in.
yeah, so I didn't leave. And don't turn your volume up, because someone did that today. They said they turned their volume up, and and then when I came back, it blew their ears out. So
All
don't
right.
do that. Okay, so 3 deep breaths. So and push it out, and then in through your nose and out and in. Okay, and make sure you breathe for this 4 minutes, okay? Breathing is important when we start laughing. Okay, so I'm going to set a timer, and here we go. Oh my gosh. And make sure that you're still breathing. That's kind of important. Okay, we have 2 minutes left. That was 2 minutes. Oh, I'm crying. Okay, so keep going. We're halfway there. Okay. My sides. Oh, shoot. Oh. Oh, okay. We have 14 seconds left. Make it good. If you're fake laughing, you're like, I hope not. Oh, okay. Oh, that was 4 minutes. Good times. Good times.
I love it. I love to hear you laugh. Like my cheeks hurt
Oh.
right now from this, like,
Yeah.
being in this smile position.
My gosh.
I don't really like to hear you laugh that hard. It's just like it just sparks so much joy in my body. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for
Well,
that.
and that's what I told you the one time. Yeah, you're welcome. And thanks for letting me be part of this too. But the part that cracks me up is like when people are always like, "Oh, your laugh makes me laugh," and then when I go to comedy shows and then I'm laughing during my show. That's what I was saying. Like, I don't know, maybe my joke isn't funny, but my laugh is. So maybe they're just laughing at my laugh, or maybe they're laughing at the joke, then they laugh at my laugh. So I don't know, maybe it's a double value, so I can get like 2 different types of people.
You should get double paid too. There should be like a double compensation.
Right. Oh my gosh. Well, that's the one thing is like when I go to different shows, like, and some you can do the same material like 3 different nights in a row, and 2 nights it's great and 1 night it isn't. And like, I mean, it doesn't matter. I'm still laughing if they're not. So it's just weird, like some of the whole crowd vibe.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. I can definitely imagine. And it really is true too. Like one sour apple can like infect the whole bunch.
Yeah.
Right. So all it takes is maybe one negative Nelly to come in there and like be mad, and it just kind of infects the whole group. Or maybe one person thinks, oh, your laugh is annoying, or you're being rude, or whatever, can really kind of spark the whole yucky in the whole crowd. Definitely. I could definitely see that.
Right.
Super cool though that you're adding your joy to other people's lives. I am grateful that you're showing up and you're being you, and so thank you so much for that.
Yeah, thanks so much. It's one of those, like, when people keep saying things to you and you're like, oh, well, maybe if I could just share that, so that's really why I started doing the podcast and started doing the Facebook Live videos. Because, to hear it is one thing, but if you want to see it and kind of feel that energy too, kind of like when you see a comedian, like you want to feel like that person's energy. And I think it's just different when you can see somebody. So
definitely. And they can connect to you on Facebook. Your Facebook page is So Much Genergy, right?
Yep.
And is it all one word, or no?
It's spaced. I think So Much Genergy. Yeah. And then or they can go to my Jen McKinney Facebook page. That's usually where I do it, because for some reason I can't get it to work on my So Much Genergy page. So and then I try to share it on there, but I don't know.
Well, and if anybody is friends with me, or even in our Expand Your Reality group, you're in there, and we're going to be sharing the podcast in there, so they can find you that way as well. Really, your Facebook Lives are such a gift. And you talk about your hair a little bit, because I just love your hair today is just brilliant. When I seen your live this morning, I just love your hair's like pink and purple right now.
Yeah, and a little bit of blue.
It's like such a light color though. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's like cotton candy.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah. I try to change it at least every week, 2 weeks if I have to wait a minute. But yeah, I've been coloring my hair for probably 25, 6 years now. and everyone's like, why doesn't it fall out? Well,
Right.
you know, because one, I know what I'm doing, and two, what I do with my hair, I would never do with anybody else's hair. Excuse me, but I tell everybody I'm in my own witness protection program, so you can't say like, hey, you know that girl with the pink, blue, green, yellow, red hair? You know? So, but I don't know. I feel like when I have a normal hair color, it literally hurts my soul.
Aw.
Like, yeah. So before we moved here to Tennessee, you know, being in Michigan, I would do 3 weeks hair color on and then 1 week off to kind of give my husband a break because, you know, people look at me and they have comments and, you know, they're nasty. And so for that 1 week, I would let him kind of have a break when we went out, and it's the longest 7 days of my life every time. So I quit doing it. I just quit doing it. When we moved here, this was it. So
You were just doing the color. Do you find
Yeah.
that you get a lot of like backlash from other people for having different colored hair?
Yeah, it's a lot of like nasty comments, or like you know, people say like, oh, you're so cute, why do you ruin it with that hair? You know, just I'm like, it's hair, you know what I mean? Like, I can't fix your crappy attitude, so you know, like or like being ugly, you know what I mean? Like, but I'm talking like in reference to their attitude, not
Yeah,
like their look,
definitely.
you know. But
Yeah.
it's just crazy when people put it out there. But probably since we've moved here, because I was a little bit nervous, but the first 4 months we moved here, I had like brown and blonde hair for
Yeah.
4 months. 4 months. Finally, Josh was like, look, you got to fix that. And literally the day I colored my hair, it was like fluorescent red. I mean, like fluorescent red and pink. And I got a job offer, or I got a call for a job interview that day. So it's
Oh.
like something in my whole person, like I shouldn't look like everybody else. You know what I mean? That's just my thought. Like when I have like a regular color hair, I don't even look right. You know?
Yeah. No, I think I mean,
Yeah.
I've known you for, I don't used to come into Lotus back in
Yeah.
the day. I don't even
Yeah.
know how long ago that was, 10 years probably at least,
Mhm.
maybe. And we've been Facebook friends, and I would say like, I didn't know that you ever I didn't know that you ever had like real color. I always just,
Yeah.
every time I see you, it's like, it's a different color. I love it. I think
Yeah.
it just adds so much to your personality and so
Yeah.
much to what you have to offer to the world, especially it's like your joy warning, like, warning, here comes the joy. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. Or like, yeah, I feel like too, and I don't want this to sound the wrong way, but I feel like I can really get away with a lot more than other people, you know, just because of like who I am.
yeah, your personality, you're so outgoing and so outspoken, and so
Yeah.
they're
Yeah.
very not phased by what other people think, which is
Yeah.
an amazing way to be.
Right. But it is hard work too, though. You know, it's kind of like like trying to stay in your joy and trying to stay conscious and stay present. And you know, it's work just like that. You know, because like there's times where you feel a little bit sensitive and you can kind of feel everybody staring, or you know. But I don't know. I feel like nah, not today, Satan. And then I just high kick and move on with my life. But
I
know,
love it. That's quite an invitation to others.
yeah.
Love it.
The people's questions are funny though. They're like, where do you work? And then, you know, before I had a corporate job, and they're like, and they let you come to work like that? And I was like, because if I had brown hair, I could do a job better. I mean, like, what does that even mean? You know,
Yeah.
but you would have big corporations that their VPs and their presidents, and you know who they looked for when they came into the building? Me, because they wanted to know what hair color I had that day. Yeah, they didn't look for you, did they? Snippy Sally. No, they didn't.
That's
But
awesome.
but you know, and I think it's like how you make people feel, and you know, once you're laughing and have that, just that really good energy and it's genuine, you know, I feel like too, like can't just be like I mean, if you have to fake laugh to start, that's fine. But I mean, like, I'm genuinely excited to see people.
Yeah, you have a genuine joy about you for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. And once we can touch people again, like, you'll know, because I squeeze your arm and I feel like I like give you that good juju squeeze, you know, which is really bad because if you're sitting next to me when we're eating, like, just be prepared for your food to be flying off your fork because forgetting when I'm laughing, I grab your arm.
I love it.
Oh, good times.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love it. I love the invitation that you are. So tell people again how they can find you. And you're in Tennessee now. So once I know the world gets back to moving, you're going to be out doing comedy shows again, which is super exciting. I know right now everything's weird and on hold, but you can always find you on Facebook, right? And watch your live laughing meditations. We really need to get you into doing them on your page because I feel like doing it on your page can really build, allow people to be able to connect with that on a bigger scale. So we'll work on that together.
Yeah,
definitely.
We'll work on that. I just need to figure out how to share it to my page. Like, start it on one and share it to my other. But I don't, because it's my assistant is me, so I'm my own ass assistant. So once I figure that out, I'll definitely do that.
Definitely.
It's called So Much Genergy, and it's just like energy but with a J because my name's Jen. And we put out a weekly podcast that is it's really just no outline. It's just my brother and I. Actually, we had Jamie on it this week, so but we just get in there and chit chat and funny stories and talk about life stuff. But it's just, I don't know, it's just fun.
It is fun. It's very fun. You tell really, you had your parents on recently. I just really loved your daddy was just so innocent. It was great. I loved it.
And the best part, this is literally the best part, like when you get compliments and, people saying like, hey, I turned your live on and it lit up my whole apartment. That's all amazing and stuff. But the best compliment was when my mom said that she turned the podcast on for my dad and he was downstairs listening to it by himself and he was laughing out loud at the podcast. So that was like the best thing ever, just to know that like your family, because sometimes they're the hardest critics.
Yeah, definitely.
Sometimes it's a lot harder to do a show in front of 100 people that instead of 100 people you don't know.
I definitely agree with that. I feel you. Yeah.
So it's just been awesome, and I appreciate you. Because we've worked together for a few months now, and I feel like I have been taken to another level. Not that I'm, better than anybody, but I feel like I'm just expanding in different ways I didn't even know I could, and just like coming into my own. And I don't know, I'm just like so excited for everything that's happening or in the works to happen.
Yeah, thank you. I'm super grateful. And I feel that I see you just really blossoming, and it's really an amazing thing to watch. So I'm honored to be part of your journey and to be able to hold space for you to really get into you, because you are just you have such an amazing contribution to this world. So
thanks. And if anyone seriously wants to reach out and needs, I'm doing a church show tonight. So let's that's gonna go great. No, I just have to keep it PG-13, so that's all good.
So you're open to doing even right now with the way everything is, doing Zoom lives with people, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
All right, awesome.
Yeah, for sure.
Cool.
Yep. Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
And they can also go to somuchgenergy.com.
Yeah.
Okay, so somuchgenergy.com, which I will put the link here in the Podbean. And your podcast is also pretty much found on all the same channels mine is. So whatever you're listening to my podcast at, you can, I'm sure, find So Much Genergy on the same podcast. But we will be putting a link here in the little things for you to find you as well. So Thank you so
Awesome.
much for
Yeah.
joining me and coming on the show and sharing your joy with the world and your laughter. I'm grateful for you, especially at this time in the world right now. So,
Yeah, you're
um,
welcome. Thanks so much. I really appreciate it.
yeah. So you guys please connect with Jenny and really allow that joy to just really come over your body, because I tell you what, your laughter really invites people into more. So thank you so much
Yeah.
for listening, and thank you all for joining us today, and we will talk to you soon. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
You've been listening to Expand Your Reality with your host, Jamie Bates. Thank you for listening.